So today we are going to talk about habits that have changed my life and that could very well change your life, or at least add to it in 2024. The first thing that I wanted to talk about is skincare, because as some of you may know, if you have been here for a while, my skin absolutely has put me through the ringer over the last few years. I'd say over the last 5 years, my acne just got so bad. The best thing that has helped my skin is focusing on really hydrating, barrier support type products, as opposed to the harsh things like vitamin C, salicylic acid, benzoyl peroxide, things that you put on acne with the intention of like drying it out. The fact that I'm even talking about skincare right now makes me so happy, because I truly never thought this day would come. My absolute favorite product that has completely changed my skin and helped so much with acne scars is the Ordinary Alpha Arbutin Serum with hyaluronic acid. This is really hydrating and it works to get rid of the scars by supporting your skin barrier. This is like a holy grail product, and the fact that it's the Ordinary is just amazing because it's actually affordable. I think this is like $26 Canadian. I've been using it for like the past 3 years nonstop and it's amazing. On a recovery type skincare day, I will also put this La Roche-Posay Cicaplast or Kikoplast B5 cream. This is a really hydrating product. It's kind of like slugging, but it doesn't break me out. But this I will usually just target to specific acne scars or acne that is like healing. This I actually just have the like mini sample version because I got it in like the birthday kit. But this is the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow PHA and BHA toner. Yeah, it says hydrating. That's why I like it so much, because it does have hyaluronic acid in it as well. This tiny bottle lasted me an entire 4 months. So I need to purchase a full-size product of this, but this is amazing. For moisturizer, I will also use another product with hyaluronic acid. As you can tell, this is like my favorite ingredient. This is the Ordinary Natural Moisturizing Factors plus hyaluronic acid. This is a really great simple moisturizer. It doesn't have any fragrance, so it works really well for my skin. And then for the times that I do use retinol, I use this one from the Ordinary that has squalene in it. So the squalene in it helps to hydrate my skin, and then I also put a moisturizer on top, so there's lots of hydration along with the retinol, so it's not as harsh on my skin. Anyway, but yeah, that is my skincare tip. So focus on hydration and barrier support, and I promise you your skin will thank you. So something that I've been doing every single morning for the past 3 or so months is starting my day with healthy fats before I have anything else. Specifically, before I have a coffee or any type of caffeine for that matter, I start every morning with a tablespoon of this coconut kefir. This is just a really great source of probiotics, and it's just really good for your gut. The other thing that I do, this is actually something my naturopath recommended. This is a plant-based omega. I also take a tablespoon of this, and then I get to drink my coffee. So next, we are talking about period products, because I'm going to be bold and just say that I personally feel like there is just simply no excuse to not use a reusable period product in 2024. Not only are they so convenient, they work great, they're super effective, and also I have saved so much money. I have not bought any disposable period products in like 4 years. This was the first period product that I used, the first reusable period product I should say. This is the Diva Cup. This was super easy for a first time like menstrual cup experience. Pretty much like right on the first cycle that I tried it, I had no problems with it. However, I know that there are so many people that are not a fan of internal period products, and if you're looking for something to wear as kind of like a replacement for pads, I personally am a big fan of the period underwear. I do wear these every single night when I'm on my period. Again, still wearing the cup, but it's just like I can actually sleep peacefully because I know if for some fat chance the cup leaks, I am protected and I'm not gonna ruin my white sheets. I also love that they have like full on like granny panty boy short style period underwear as well. These are amazing. These are literally so big, but these are really amazing if you have a very heavy flow. But then a couple months ago, I tried the Nixit disc, and this thing is, I would say, my personal favorite. If you're used to a menstrual cup, definitely give this a shot if you're wanting to try something different. This is nice because you don't get that suction feeling inside of you. This just kind of rests in there and it's super comfortable. This one I actually can show you because it's not horrifically stained like my Diva cup. But basically it's just this little disc and you can squeeze it really small and you just slide it in like a tampon. If you want to see me test out the menstrual disc for the first time, I do have that video, so you can go to the little eye on screen and watch that. But I seriously cannot recommend reusable period products enough because they are just utterly life-changing. It's amazing. Something that I started learning a ton more about last year is cycle tracking. And if you haven't heard of it before, it is super, super helpful if you have a period, because there are actually a lot more phases in your cycle than just your menstrual week. There is also the follicular phase, the luteal phase, and the ovulatory phase. But as someone with PMDD, I feel these phases very strongly, so learning more about them was absolutely life-changing. I feel like I understand how to care for myself during each phase of my cycle so much better. And also it really gives you information on when to push yourself in workouts, when to push your mind, do more challenging projects, versus when you need to take a step back and focus on reflection and self-care and really low intensity workouts. There's also a ton of information online about nutrition during each phase, what foods you can eat to just feel your best throughout each phase of your cycle. Okay, it is time for my favorite topic, and that is books. So I'm just gonna say it now. I feel like my life significantly improved when I stopped solely reading self-help books and I picked up fiction. I totally used to be the person that was like, why read fiction? Like, it's not gonna benefit you. It's like, you know, I don't know, I just wasn't really interested in like stories, which now is literally, it just sounds like the most naive thing I've ever heard. And the fact that I used to say that is just so sad. I can truly say though, reading fiction, reading in general every single day has changed my entire life, because not only is it another source of like comfort, it's kind of an outlet for me. It really, really helps my anxiety as well. But I feel like it is also an extremely helpful tool for nervous system regulation. I feel like whenever I'm on screens a lot, my mind just starts racing, my anxiety gets really bad, and the best thing to do is to chill out, read a book. Something about the way that your brain has to process the words at like a slower pace, it just helps me calm down and slow down the racing thoughts. And yes, this is an absolute mammoth brick of a book. If you know, you know. And if you're looking for some book recommendations, check out these two videos. These have my personal favorite books, some romance, some fantasy, some general fiction. I also have this older video that is nonfiction if you want to check that out. But I highly recommend fiction because it's more fun. Okay, so it is a while later. I just finished making my lunch. We're talking about diet right now because obviously New Year's is a time when everyone is a lot more health conscious, but I wanted to also quickly talk about my personal approach to healthy eating, and that is to focus on things that you are adding into your diet versus things that you are trying to take away. Because I feel like as soon as you tell yourself, I'm not gonna eat this specific type of food, then your brain is just going to immediately start fixating on that food and nothing else will satisfy you. For example, if you are craving chocolate, have the chocolate, but maybe pair it with some fruit or some nuts or something so then you feel more satiated after. You're not restricting yourself of those foods, but you're also getting in some vitamins from the fruit that you were having with it. It just makes it a bit more balanced. Anyway, I'm gonna go get some boiling water so I can make my noodles. Personally, I have become way too comfortable with always having noise, whether it's a podcast, a show, music, I just always have had things going. So I pretty much never would just like consciously do things in silence. And over time, I feel like I am realizing that it's actually part of the reason why my nervous system is so dysregulated. But I also feel like I just need more silence in order for my mind to actually have the freedom room to come up with ideas. So things like my nighttime routine, I've really been trying to do in silence. I'm gonna do my stretching routine right now, and I'm doing that in complete silence. Having more of a balance of noise versus silence is very helpful. Would you believe it if I told you this clip is filmed a week later? Turns out my memory is not the best all the time because I totally just skipped over this entire tip that I had. As much as it's a little bit ironic that I'm sharing this within a habit video, something that I'm sure we have all heard that you have literally read in this title is life-changing habits. And it's really important to remember that what may be life-changing for one person might not be life-changing for another person. And at the end of the day, we're all going to require slightly different variations of habits to accommodate for just how different we all are, what different jobs we have, what different goals we have, what different lifestyles we have. Like, there are just so many factors that could mean that something might not work for you or something could work incredibly well for you. So whenever you're considering the habits that you're currently doing, or if you're looking at trying new habits, really ask yourself, is this serving me or could this serve me? Because really you just want to find what is the most optimal for you specifically. And now I get to add this into the video. So it is now the evening and we're gonna talk about some nighttime / evening habits, starting with cherry juice. I feel like this is really popular at the moment, but I looked into it and I've been trying it for the past month or so. It contains naturally occurring melatonin and tryptophan, which are two things that make you sleepy. And as someone that struggles a lot with sleep problems, it is really nice having this in the evening because it kind of just makes me a little bit sleepier. And then when I go to do the rest of my nighttime routine, I'm already tired, so I can fall asleep faster. This is something that I feel like is just so incredibly important. I feel like a nighttime routine is almost more important than a morning routine, because if our sleep is not optimal, then we're not going to be able to function at our best during the day. So I have a very thorough nighttime routine, and I kind of just wanted to talk through some of the little things that I do to help me sleep better. So of course, before I go to bed, I always do my skincare and I brush my teeth and I shower and put my PJs on and all of that kind of stuff. But once I'm actually in bed, I like to use a couple things to just help me sleep better. So starting off with some scented things, these both have essential oils in them, and these are oils that I associate with sleep. So things like lavender, and I think this one has some other ones in it, but the label is covered. This one I get from my naturopath. It's called NeuroGuard, and it also has something in here for anxiety relief. But this is from the brand doTERRA, and this is one of their linen mists, but I like to spray this on my bed and it smells so good. Another thing I can really recommend is a diffuser, because it adds a little bit of humidity into the air, so you're not gonna get as congested, or like your skin is not gonna get as dry throughout the night. But also that is another thing that you can put essential oils in, and it's just gonna smell nice and get you in that mindset for sleep. Another thing I absolutely love is this weighted eye mask. I feel like I shouldn't have got the black color. I feel like this looks a little sus. But anyway, this is from the brand Kitsch, and it is a satin weighted eye mask, and I feel like there's just something about it being weighted. It just puts me to sleep so fast. And the other thing is earplugs, because I've realized that I sleep so much more peacefully when I wear these at night. I've been using the Loop earplugs. These are like the cute little ones that you always see ads for online, but these are really good if you have tiny ears like me, because these actually stay in and they're reusable, so you don't have to like keep replacing them. That brings us to the end of today's video. I really hope this gave you some new ideas, some new habits to try. If you do try any of these, let me know how it goes. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Here's my Instagram if you would like to see more content from me, and until next time, I will talk to you in my next video.